feed to Anthony, gets it to go!
At the free throw line, splash! Oh!
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center as we are getting ready for a David and Goliath battle. We have the 1-seeded Mag and David Warriors against the number 16 seed MTA Lions. But if we know anything about the month of March is that you can never count out the underdog. Anything is possible. My name is Akiva Earlbaum. I am joined in the booth tonight by Avery Stepner. And Avery, talk to us about both of these teams, what they've done, what they've accomplished this season, and how they've gotten here.
Yeah, thank you, Akiva. So Mag and David coming into this game as the clear best team in the country. They're 34-2 on the season. They're coming off a Yeshiva League championship win over Flatbush in overtime a couple weeks ago. They've just been flat out dominant in almost every game they've played so far. On the other side, MTA, not the best season, only a couple of wins for them. But as we saw last year in this very tournament, they can come to play when it matters most. It's going to be exciting to see what they can do in this one.
I'm sure it will. Now, clearly Mag and David has one of the most stacked and talented rosters in this entire tournament. But some of the guys on MTA could really play and really compete as well. Talk to us about who some of those guys on both teams are going to be.
Oh gosh, I mean, Mag and David, there's too many to pick from. But I'm going to have to highlight Mark Sardar. Mark Sardar is widely regarded as the best player in this tournament. He's truly exciting to watch, and I'm ready to see him today. On the MTA side, it's going to be forward Daniil Barron. Daniil Barron, really good shooter. He's going to have a big game today if MTA wants to come out with the win.
Yeah, and we can hardly hear anything here. MTA faithful going crazy right now, but just talk to me about what MTA is going to have to do to pull off a miraculous victory. And on the other side, what can Mag and David do to make sure to cut that out of contention and make sure MTA never has a chance?
Yeah, so Kiva, Mag and David, it's all about the mindset. We saw number 2 seed Eula come out a little flat against Kohelet. You got to come in ready to go. It's Sarachek. Everyone's ready to go. Everyone's going to be executing. So that's going to be big for Magan. As for MTA, I'm looking at the three-point shooting. Upsets tend to happen when the shooters shoot and they make their shots. So that's going to be something to look forward to today.
Well, buckle up your seatbelt, folks. We're going to meet you back up with the booth with starting lineups after this. Don't go anywhere.
Dance! The maturity level's there. They're locked in the whole time, so it's a really good environment to get better.
Aaron Cohen didn't look at anyone but himself.
Well, the best part about this is seeing these kids, how badly they want, how badly they want to get better. The older kids are realizing, like, if you want to play at a high level, you got to really work.
Hashem gives us 6 days of the week to say, work your butt off, and then I'm going to give you a day to rest. So until then, we're going to bust our butt and deserve and earn our Shabbos this week. Focus, lock in. Let's go.
As we are just about ready to go in this contest between the number 16 MTA Lions and the number 1 seeded Mag and David Warriors. And we are going to have anthems, a special treat, so we're going to send it down to the center of the court. Okay. Very heartwarming to hear the national anthems of both America as well as Israel. Remembering that sometimes it's bigger than basketball, and always knowing what the main focus is as we are just about ready to go. Mag and David gathered in a huddle at center court while MTA, in front of their tremendous crowd that they brought for the home team. And rarely do I say that one team has momentum going into the game. MTA seems to have a lot going for them right now, but then again, on the other side, Mag and David is coming off of their own Yeshiva League championship.
Yeah, and I think the start of this game is going to be key. Can MTA come off to a strong start, get themselves a couple buckets early on? Let's see if their crowd maybe propels them forward. Quite surprising, Mag and David generally has a strong showing from their fans. I guess maybe the first round game, get it ready for tomorrow, but we'll see what happens.
My theory is that maybe it's a sign of arrogance. They say, we got this game in the bag. There's no way this is a contest. We don't even need to bring our fans.
I mean, Akiva, I haven't seen a crowd discrepancy this big in a while.
Let's see how it plays out. Magan starting out with the ball. Smecky gets it over to Scherer. Thought about the three. Smecky pulls it from beyond the arc, and that is a dagger to put MDY on the board first. A steal by Smecky. Makes the pretty move inside, can't get it to go, and MTA has to be careful because Maggot is making them play at their pace right now early on in this contest.
Yeah, Akiva, it's going to be crucial for the MTA guard to take care of the ball here. It could be a couple steals, a couple layups, and all of a sudden, it's a double-digit game.
And MTA, just like that, takes the charge. That was number 0, Rafi Fartman, putting his body on the line.
And Akiva, my eyes are going to be on number 2, Daniel Barron, Rafi Fartman, number 0, Aaron Stable. And these guards, can they take care of the ball? Kobe Wolk as well. Can they take care of the ball? Give their teams some composure as this game progresses.
Here's MTA trying to break that press. And they do not manage to. Haber gets it tight to Scherer. A wild shot, but gets the call. And he is going to head to the charity stripe for 2.
Yeah, and Philip Scherer coming off of an MVP performance against Flatbush, which is a very, very solid all-around player. But what's funny is he's in 11th grade. He's not even a senior right now, but he's considered to be the leader of this Mag and David team. A team with so much talent, so many star players. He's a person that they turn to.
The first one hits off of the back rim. MTA faithful seem very satisfied with that one, as there will be a substitution. Haber checking out of the game, and Jakey Arakanchi coming off of the bench. Scherer, smooth as butter on the second.
And Akiva, I don't know if I've ever seen this. I think this is the first. Mag David does not have one player beyond half court.
Mag and David doing exactly what they have to do. They want to set the tone early and establish dominance. And there's a layup by Sardar, and Coach Ushi Sullivan going to take a timeout, much needed, and we're going to be right back after some brief messages.
Get ready for 5 days of some of the best basketball of your life at the 2nd annual year of the Ready to Ball Elite Camp. Join us in Teaneck, New Jersey at the end of June or in the 5 towns at the end of August. We're going to have Ryan Terrell be our head trainer for the 2nd straight year, alongside other amazing coaches and featured athletes like McDonald's All-American Dylan Harper. Use the promo code Sarachek25 to get $25 off your registration, and I look forward to seeing you this upcoming summer. Get ready.
That press effectively. Truoff has it inside for the layup, and they hit that one. And yet again, Nachi Book eating dirt on that play. He had a beautiful pass inside to the big man. We hope he is okay. And his teammates going over to check in on him, as well as Coach Ashish Sullivan. And this gives both teams a little bit of extra time to talk things over, to take a deep breath. And a scary sight as Nachi Book is getting escorted off of the floor by one of his teammates and his coach. We pray for his recovery very, very soon.
Yeah, and Akiva, you can see why this MTA crowd really loves Nachi Book. He's a fan favorite. He's loved by his teammates. And I mean, hitting the deck 3 times in less than half a quarter just shows what you're about. It shows the type of player you are. We hope he's okay.
Almost reminds me of prime TJ McConnell back on the Sixers. A guy who always got scrappy, always did the dirty work, and got the job done. A 3-ball from Magan Smecki hit the last one, but could not get it to go this time.
Yeah, and one thing about Moses Smecki is he's not afraid to shoot the ball. The ultimate green light player. He's an incredible shooter, and he'll shoot that 10 out of 10 times and hit it most of the time.
And the ball will stay in MTA's direction. And something interesting, we saw the big man Truhoff flashing a lot at the high post, but Wolk failed to recognize his position there. MTA really has to get Truhoff involved because he is one of their primary scorers. And the ball is going to stay on this side of the court.
Yeah, and Josh Truhoff, he's 6'5", and it gives him an advantage that nobody else has. I mean, he's the biggest player on this court. He's extremely talented. And when MTA breaks that press, they, like you said, they got to look for Josh Truhoff. He's their best source of offense. I know we mentioned O'Neal Barron in the pregame show, but Josh Truhoff is going to be the key to this one if MTA wants to come out victorious.
MTA from under their own basket. Truhoff. Dangerous pass. Barron can't secure it. And touchdown from number 34, Jakey Arakanchi off the bench.
Arakanchi, a very athletic wing for this Mag and David team. Just shows you just a testament to the depth of this Mag and David team. Another guy on their bench, maybe their 8th or 9th man, making a big play there, getting his team 2 points.
And we're likely to see a lot of action from the MDY bench if they continue to build on this lead. Barron gets it to Truhoff. Let's see if he pulls the 3 again. Very patient in his approach. A whole lot of dribbling at the top of the key by Mikey Elshayev. Kobe Woke gets it stolen. Arakanchi, fast break. Smecki, soft touch off the backboard. And the score is MDY 18, MTA 7. As Smecki will have the chance for the and one opportunity.
Yeah, and Akiva, against a man-to-man defense that MTA likes to play, a very strong, pressuring man-to-man. I want to see Coach Usher Sullivan, obviously one of the Yeshiva greats. I want to see him try to draw up some plays here, get his team maybe some pick and roll action with Truhoff and Barron, maybe some all-ball screens, but just dribbling around for 30 seconds and then hoisting up a prayer is not a recipe for success.
Absolutely. As Kobe Woke coming up the floor, gets it over to Barron, who was pushed. That's a foul on Jakey Arakanchi, a very physical and aggressive player. Barron, Elshayev. Truhoff at the high post, gets it over to Wolk. Elshayev almost throwing an elbow there, getting a little wild with his hand movements. Truhoff forcing the issue inside. That one nearly fell. Fast break, Smecki again. And the score is 21-7 in favor of MDY. And come to Como Pizza for some great pizza, pasta, salads, and even awesome breakfast options. We will be streaming the games in the store making it a great place to watch the games while you eat, as another fast break for MDY off of the steal, becoming a theme early in this game. And here's Kobe Woke. Over to Elshayev. Elshayev, Kobe, couldn't save it there. And MDY is going to make some more substitutions.
Yeah, and Akiva, I think it's time for Coach Sullivan to call a timeout, maybe talk things over with his team, get his team settled down. It's a 16-point game right now, and you know you don't want to let it get any uglier than that. While you still have a chance to maybe come back, I think maybe a timeout and some talking is beneficial for them.
As number 23, Elliot Chalme, hitting the three-point bucket off of the bench. So many guys with unlimited range on this team. Such a treat for the MDY Warriors to have. Good pass there, three ball, bang! The big man, Josh Truhoft, lets it fly, and MTA reaches double digits in this matchup. Sardar with a three of his own, no good. Barron fighting for it, who wants it more? Truhoft comes up with it.
Yeah, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from Truhoft so far. Just really a unique player. You know, you see someone that size, you think, you know, playing like Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem, some of these great big men, but really just more than that. He's talented. He's a great shooter. Didn't get that one to go there, but just a really special player, and it's exciting to see him play.
Chalme inside. We saw him hit that big three before. MDY being very patient, not forcing anything, as they do not want to turn it over. They want to retain this commanding lead that they already have managed to sustain in the first half. A three from the quarter for MDY, no good. What a rebound inside. Barron takes it, and the shot clock is turned off. Daniel Barron with one opportunity. The ball is stolen by MDY, going the other way. Will they get the shot off? Shiloach, with nobody near him, hits the layup right before the buzzer sounds. And that will do it for the first half. And we have a score of MDY 28, MTA 10. And we are going to send it to the Camp Step It Up halftime show, but we will be back after this. And we are back for some second quarter action here at the Max Stern Athletic Center, where MDY has taken a commanding lead. But as we know, it's not over till it's over. Still plenty of game left. And a perfect possession on defense by MDY. Shiloach getting his hand in there, managing not to foul. And it's going to be MTA ball under their own basket. Kobe Woke looking to call out a set play out of the inbounds. Pass inside, Barron couldn't get it to go, a little too strong. Two big steps for MDY. And Jack Haber manages to come up with the impressive finish. Kobe work, three, no good.
Yeah, and right there, I think a lot of people might look at that pull-up three in transition and say, hey, maybe slow it down a bit, maybe try to work it around and get a better shot. But Kobe Wilkes, great shooter. You're down 20. I think you look to take those shots. I think you look to make big-time plays, try to spark some momentum, to try to get back in this game, make it more interesting.
Kobe gets it inside to the big man, trying to chase it, and does not manage to save it before going out of bounds, but the effort was certainly there from Josh Truhoft as MDY setting up in the half court. Zaytoun over to Shiloach. Back to Zaytoun. Abed penetrating the lane, gets it inside, and a sloppy possession from the Warriors. MTA doing a good job keeping their composure on defense. But just like that, back into the full court press.
Yeah, and Akiva, MTA's half-court defense has actually been pretty solid. We've seen them clamp down and get some stops, but I think it's just the fast break layups that they're giving up has really hurt them. I think they gotta just focus on getting the ball past the half-court line, taking care of it, and having sustained offensive possessions.
Free ball, Abed, no good. And the big man forcing his way into that rebound. Barron with the football pass. And that was a very risky endeavor for Barron. A series of turnovers consecutively in this game as Barron securing the ball, calling for a screen from his big man. Here's Kobe Woke. Woke three, no good. And that one does not fall for MDY, so this game has been scoreless for a couple of minutes now. Hard for either team to get their buckets.
Yeah, and I think Akiva, something that's going to be interesting to see from this MDY team as this game progresses is a lot of their bench players are coming in. Seeing a lot of bench players who normally don't get minutes getting opportunities to maybe showcase what they can do in a live game setting as Truhoff gets put back to go. But I think Coach Dweck from Mag and David is going to look to see these guys bring the energy. You know, just because you're up a lot doesn't mean that you don't try, doesn't mean that you lay down and you chill. You got to work hard. These kids are looking to make an impact, prove themselves, try to get some minutes later on this tournament. So just something to look out for as this game goes on.
Absolutely.
Now, Akiva, I know you are a big NBA fan yourself. You really like the player comparisons. So I got to ask you, Josh Truhoff, a great player. Which NBA player do you think he reminds you of? Because I'm thinking Jokic. He's got some great passing, great inside-outside ability. But what do you think? What do you think about that? Am I giving an accurate description?
You very well could be. I'm usually not so good at this when I'm put on the spot, but what I would say is number 34 immediately brings Shaquille O'Neal to mind. I mean, physical, tall, and a pretty move there by number 23, Mikey Elshayev, but could not get the layup to go. But Truhoff has the ability to assert his dominance. We know Shaq is renowned as the most dominant player in NBA history. How do you like that comparison?
I think we need a compromise here. I think we need to say that he's a mixture of the two, as the time has been called. And I think we're going to send it up to commercials. So we'll be right back.
MDY basketball inbounding under their own basket. Shiloach from the high post gets it out. Zaytoun in the corner with some nifty crossover moves. There's MTA not letting up. Very aggressive, a little too aggressive there as Danielle Barron gets called for the foul. It's going to be on the side.
Yeah, and Akiva, I know there's a lot of the time there's a negative connotation towards fouls. You think it's not, you think of it as a bad thing, but I think it shows physicality. I think it shows that they want it. They're not just going to back down now. They're playing aggressive in their face, and I like to call that a good foul.
Here's Shabbat getting it to Zaytoun. And too strong on the layup. So a big deficit in this one, but MTA keeping it reasonably respectable as they look to cut down this lead. Barron, bad pass inside, and it's going to stay MTA basketball.
Yeah, and Akiva, as you mentioned, a respectable margin right now. Even if you're not going to win this game, if you're MTA, I still think it's an important performance to build on. You still got tier 2 or tier 3 coming after this. As 3 is not going to go there, but if you can put together a solid performance, keep things close, then you'll have a lot of positivity going into the rest of your tier 2 or tier 3 games.
Absolutely. As Sakal cannot handle that pass. MTA ball again, and people forget it's not all about tier 1. Tier 2, very important as well. We know a lot of legendary tier 2 teams that are remembered for years down the line. So again, whoever loses or wins this game, it's not necessarily the end of this thing for either team. Here's Sable, throws the bad pass. A costly turnover for MTA, but a big-time block by Sable, making up for his mistake. Although it was called for a foul. I think he got all ball, Avery.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Kiva. Is that LeBron James coming down the court, or is that Sable? I mean, that was an athletic block right there. We can look at the replay. It's tough to tell from that angle. Maybe he got a bit of the head, but still a admirable effort by Sable on that one to track him down and make a play on the ball.
And Cher hits the first, and there's LeBron James comparison. So we got Shaq, TJ McConnell, and LeBron James. I don't know what they're all doing in the same sentence, but here we are.
And Philip Cher at the line, the MVP of the Yeshiva League. I think it's imperative to give him some love here on the broadcast. A great player, a leader of this team against that Flatbush game in the Yeshiva League Finals is very tightly contested, very physical, a big rivalry game. But Philip Cher rose to the occasion as a junior, and
Shabbat gets it to go from beyond the arc to extend this MDY lead, 35-12 in favor of the Warriors. As Danielle Barron calling for the screen from Sable, swings it over. Another turnover by MTA, and these are really starting to bite them. Shabbat inside, three-pointer, no good. And MTA really has to take care of the ball. There's a three-point shot that is no good. And it's going to go the other way. MDY basketball as some substitutions are made. And I would like to give a shout out to the TC delegation watching from Israel, Yeshivas Torah Chaim, specifically MTA legend Gavriel Rudman, a former camper of mine, as well as Kobe Greif. We appreciate you guys tuning in from the Holy Land at this late hour, as well as my brother Hillel Earlbaum from the Holy Land as well. A lot of love for all you guys.
Yeah, and the score doesn't indicate it, but I do like what I'm seeing from MTA in the half-court defense. as Franco is gonna miss 3 on that, and they're really forcing not great shots from Magan. A lot of contested threes. They're closing out well. They're playing physical. It's really been that transition defense that has killed them today. I think you continue to bunker down, get these stops. Maybe you start hitting your shots as the game goes on, and you start making it a little more close. As Franco gets sent to the deck, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Now, Jack Franco, that is, a very inspiring story. He had a knee injury a few months ago. He's been doing rehab and recovering for 7 months, and he finally made it back. Has been a tremendous impact for this Mac and David team down the stretch. Truly an inspiring teammate, an inspiring player, and something that deserves to be mentioned, and something that I think will garner a lot of positivity from this Mac and David team.
Absolutely, and we see that massive brace on his knee. He's a trooper, a guy who definitely had a difficult journey to get here, but he is resilient and he is playing through it. Kobe Woke calling out the play in the half-court offense. Swings the ball to Barron. Barron gets the shot blocked, but the ref saw yet another foul. So Barron with the opportunity at the charity stripe.
Yeah, and Daniil Barron, we talked about in the pregame. He's a great player. He's been having a tough go so far today, but we know the talent's there. We know how good he is. Maybe these free throws can get him going. You see the ball going once, twice, maybe a bunch of other times. As on cue, he hits the first one to cut the deficit to 24 points.
And Barron's got to be exhausted after this relentless MDY press, but keeps his cool, hits them both.
And Akiva, as we enter the waning moments of the first half, I think MTA could do with a little bit of positive momentum. Let's see if they can get a couple stops and maybe hit a big shot.
There's a 3. And the ball is secured by the big man, Truhoft. Zvi Sorotskin gets it into Truhoft. And a very, very effective pump fake there to draw the foul by the big man who is going to head to the line. So like you said, MTA can bring this one within reason with a couple of buckets here. And Truhoft misses the first. That one's unfortunate.
Now, Akiva, I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but there is a direct correlation between the MTA offense being successful and Josh Truhoft, despite missing those 2 free throws, getting the ball. And I think that's something that during halftime, Coach Sullivan is going to have to stress to his teammates. Get the big man the ball and let him cook.
Absolutely. Sutton over to the 3. No good. But the second chance opportunity from Jakey Arakanchi, a warrior in a quite literal sense. And he will head to the line with 22.9 left in this one to look to extend this MDY lead. Arakanchi hits the first. And that one is good from Jakey Arakanchi. MTA with the shot clock turned off.
And I feel like I'm obliged to mention that the Akiva Poppers just entered the gym. He is in the building.
And he has shorts on, very on brand for Mr. Poppers. MTA getting it out, 6 seconds, 5, 4, Barron has the ball, chucks up a prayer, and he gets it to go with the shooter's touch. Big time shot for the MTA Lions. And just like that, we have a score of 39-16 in favor of MDY. And we are going to send it down to the sideline where we have Matt Loren with head coach for Mac and David, Ike Dweck. Matt, take it away.
Mac and David coach Ike Dweck, better known as Spike. Spike, what did you guys say? What did you and your coaching staff say to your team before this game, having won the championship last week in Yeshiva League? What was your message to the team before the game?
I think the guys want to really show all the league throughout the country that we can play with anybody. And I think it's important for us to prove that. The minute we start the game, we got to be ready to play.
You guys have a really special team right in front of you. You guys are looking really good, and I just want to wish you the best of luck.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Back to you.
My name is Yogev Dugo, and I fell in love with basketball when I was 12 years old. Well, let me take you back to the beginning of Step It Up. A kid with hoop dreams. In 7th grade, played middle school ball, played high school ball. I wanted to be a Division I player. My friends were cynical about it. My teachers at school, my head of school. The dream became a reality. And as a little kid from Boca Raton, Florida, I ended up finding myself at Madison Square Garden. That only fueled more and more, and the dream became bigger. I transferred to Brandeis University in Boston, where I played 2 more years before moving to Israel, playing a year of pro ball. And at 25 years old, 2 years later, I started Step It Up. At the time, a basketball private training company. For the first session I ran, I was driving home and I just had goosebumps. I felt something. I said, this is it. And from that private training session, we grew more private trainings in a day camp where kids got better in a 5-day program. So I said to myself, if kids are getting better in an hour and getting better in a week, let's start a sleepaway camp. Let's take them for 6 to 8 weeks. It can make a real shift in their mind, a shift in their soul and their perspective. And that's what we did. I sit here with you 12 years later in 2023. We started with 1 kid in 2009. This summer, we're fortunate enough to host over 430 campers from 20 states and 10 countries. When I first started Step It Up, the intention was to run a high-end skill development camp. Little did I know, it would evolve into a life skills camp disguised as a basketball camp, whose core principles are the same principles that I not only grew up on, but still live by to this day. Open heart, open mind. If you come in with the right attitude and you open your heart and mind, we can make tremendous progress. Attention to detail, on the court and off. Live passionately, because what else is there? The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Whatever you choose to do in life, do it all the way. Action above all. Don't talk about it, be about it. Experiences over materialism. It lasts much longer, and it's more real. Good breeds good. Be good to yourself, and be good to one another. Game speed, game life. We train with a focus and intensity on the court, which turns practice into a game, and the game into a practice. We work hard, we play hard, we step it up. These principles are beyond basketball. We use basketball as a vehicle for growth and success. And the results, well, they speak for themselves. Countless number of middle school and high school MVPs. over 60 college players, Division 1, 2, and 3, professional players, national team players, a EuroLeague Rookie of the Year, an NBA draft pick, and over 5,000 families, all of whom have stepped it up. We have a love for the game, timeless principles that guide us, a state-of-the-art campus, engaged coaches. We have the results. The choice is simple. It's time to step it up.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Camp Step It Up halftime show. Camp Step It Up is located in upstate New York with busing provided to and from camp. Camp Step It Up is the most proven Shomer Shabbos basketball camp in the world, featuring 33 current Sarachek players and over 400 past Sarachek players, as well as YU and Stern College stars over the past 12 years. There are programs for boys and girls, grades 4 to 12, including 1 to 7 week options in both the U.S. as well as Israel. There are 3 minyanim per day, learning groups, and a camp rabbi. Past campers include many Yeshiva League MVPs, over 60 college players, and an NBA draft pick. Additionally, some of the players in this game, such as MTA's Aaron Gotel, Aaron Sobel, and Mikey Elshayev, all went to camp there, and we are going to send it down to Matt Loren, who has Coach Ushi Sullivan on the sideline tonight. Take it away.
All right, I'm here with MTA coach Ushi Sullivan. Ushi, obviously this first half hasn't gone the way that you guys would have wanted. What do you think what do you want to see from your team going forward throughout this weekend?
I think going forward, we have to, one, learn how to get back on defense, get some play for the pride for the second half, and then go on and continue the next couple of days and we can prove ourselves to get going. Game's not over yet, but we have to move the ball on offense. We have to have a lot more motion.
And what do you think you can do to slow down this just absolutely lethal MDY offense?
Not easy, but again, it's transition. We have to get back. We have to have 3 guys back after every play. So we're going to do our best.
All right, thanks, Coach. Have best of luck for the rest of the weekend. All right, back to you, Kiva.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Coach. And Coach Sullivan, always a class act, keeping his head up, not afraid of the moment. He's been here many, many times before. And let's talk about that first half. Avery, what did you see from both teams?
Yeah, so Akiva, I don't want to sound, I don't want to repeat what Coach Sullivan said, but I am going to repeat what he said. He talked about transition and how important that is. And if you look at the game, that's really been the main discrepancy between these two teams. It's the steals that MDY is able to garner from their nasty press, we'll call it. And MTA wants to stay in this game and keep it a close one. They're going to have to take care of the ball, and they're going to have to make sure to get back on defense.
As Danielle Barron hitting that massive shot at the end of the half, utilizing that shooter's touch. And Wolk going to get the ball, and we're off. Kobe Wolk not forcing any passes there. Wolk, a beautiful pass to the cutting man. Barron in the corner. Could not get it to fall. And Mark Sardar, one of the stars of this tournament, gets it out to Moses Smecki, who misses a 3 of his own. Truhoff keeping it high above anyone else's reach on that rebound.
Now, Akiva, I like what I'm seeing. On cue, they turn over the ball, and Sardar gets fouled on the layup. But I do like the passing here for MTA. Despite the turnover, they're moving the ball around. They're looking to get a good shot. They had Barron in the corner on the last play for an open three. Didn't fall. But, despite being down 23, I like what I'm seeing from MTA. Move the ball around. Slowly but surely, get back in this game.
As there's a missed free throw there by Mag and David.
Now, one thing I do want to point out when it comes to Moses Smecki, the great shooter of Mag and David, he's actually a transfer from Hillel. Now, in middle school, he was at MDY from up until 8th grade, and then during COVID, his family moved to Deal, and he switched to Hillel. And it was a big switch for him, but for his senior year, he wanted to win a championship. He wanted to play in the biggest stage of basketball that there is in the Yeshiva League, and so he transferred back to MDY. And despite living in Deal, he commutes every day. That long commute, I know. I see the shocked look on your face. Truly a special player, and he's happy to be back with his boys.
And yeah, that is quite the commute. A lot of commitment for Moses Smecki, trying to win the Yeshiva League Championship as well as the Sarachek Championship. And right on cue, he finishes on the left-hand side to bring MDY to 42.
Now, Okiva, I do think I do have to mention that Moses Smecki is wearing some really nice shoes. I don't know if I can see it correctly, the pink LeBrons. Just a good look. Not just winning, but winning with style.
That's right. LeBron James, the arguable GOAT, getting a lot of airtime on today's broadcast.
Now I'm going to stop you right there. I don't think he's the arguable GOAT. I think he is the undisputed GOAT, but continue.
I know that your brother Jack Stepner's a big Kobe guy. I would want to see how that argument would go down. As Smecki again with the smooth-looking Jimmy from the mid-range.
Now, speaking of my brother, I am obliged to give a bit of a shout-out to my younger brother, currently in 9th grade at the Frisch, Yeshiva Frisch, coming off a tough loss in the JV Yeshiva League championship game. Look for him to be a member of this tournament within the next couple of years.
We can't wait. The Stepner's always producing on the basketball court. As there's Sable with the three. And, a loud slap inside by number 0, Rafi Fardman, was going for that offensive board. But a very aggressive pursuit.
Yeah, and Akiva, we're 3 minutes into the quarter. Shabbat gets another layup there. We're 3 minutes into the quarter, and I don't believe MTA has scored. Still has 16 points. So I guess slow passing is not really working. I think they should look to maybe push the pace a little bit, try to rush down the court, catch Macken off guard. Let's see if Coach Sullivan issues a game plan change.
A pretty pass inside to the cutting Smecki. And Coach Ushi Sullivan has seen enough. He wants to talk it over with his team, and we are going to send it to commercial break. We'll be back after this.
What happens at a typical day at RTB? You show up and you hear an awesome schmooze for 30 minutes by Rabbi Avi Rosalimsky and Ryan Terrell about a Jewish topic related to basketball. After that, you come into the gym for 3 hours of skill-focused training. Each hour is 55 minutes of training and then a 5-minute break. Within the hour, we focus on one specific area of your game, and over the course of 5 days, we touch on all areas. To cap off the day, you have one league game, and then you go home after an awesome day at RTB.
Thousands worldwide choose Israel for their gap year. Masa has opportunities for interning, studying, volunteering, and exploring throughout the country.
Doing an internship on gap year, I learned all these skills that no kid who hasn't gone to uni is supposed to know yet.
My experience at Masa, learning about Judaism and Israel, is going to help me take those values into my future, into college, and then bring them into the rest of my life.
Now, more than ever, this is your time to explore Israel, explore who you are on your Masa gap year.
StepItUp.com or call 888-600-0908, or you can visit timetostepitup.com.
Now, Kiva, when talking with Coach Sullivan before the game, he told us the name to look out for is Yissi Kirshner, a terrific shooter, senior guard for MTA, number 3, just checking to the game. I think it's going to be very beneficial, to say the least, for MTA if they look to get him involved to try to stack some points back.
So this one really getting ugly. Not a lot of people predicted that it would be particularly close, but MTA still playing with a lot of heart, trying their best, and that's all you could ask for. And their crowd is still very much alive despite the deficit. Drew Hoft. Barron throws it, can't convert to Yissi Kirshner. And here's Scher going the other way. No good on the layup, but another foul.
Some great aggressiveness right there by Philip Scher. Reading that pass, took it right out of the air. A great take inside, and he's going to look to add to his point total coming off of that strong MVP showing. Now, I know you like your NBA comparisons, as we talked about before. There seems to be a common theme throughout this broadcast. But Philip Scher, a really good player, and I think I got a good one for him. I think Chris Paul is the right one. Now, Chris Paul doesn't have a championship or a finals MVP to his resume, but a very solid, calming presence at point guard. Really just all around, great leader. Teammates love him. What do you think?
Well, if we're going with the numbers theme, Scher is number 3, and we know Chris Paul is CP3. Beyond that, I hear what you're saying. He does have that point guard gene. I think that's what they call CP3 as well, as there are going to be some substitutions for MTA. Number 12. And I would like to give another shout out to another group of guys watching from Eretz Yisrael. We got the 30 guys who are staying up to the late hours of the night, loyal to the soil at Yeshiva Reshit, specifically Avi Rothberg, who was in my night chabura on NCSY Kollel. And there's a big time shoulder. Barron just got trucked. And if he was wise, he would move out of the way in that situation from now on.
Yeah, but I do think it says something about Daniel Barron getting in the way there, as you'll see on the replay. Getting absolutely pummeled to the ground, but strong-minded player. Do what he can for his team, even down 34.
And we're going the other way. MTA basketball.
Now, Kiva, I think a really interesting thing to think about here is just a legendary coaching matchup we have going on. Obviously, the game not very close right now, but Coach Oshie Sullivan, really a yeshiva basketball legend, just known for his knowledge, his IQ of the game, kind of like Greg Popovich, if we're sticking to those comparisons. And on the other side, Coach Ike Dweck, I mean, he's been here for a while. It seems like Mag and David is always the class of the Yeshiva League, the class of Sarachek, and just really fun to see these coaches going toe-to-toe on the sidelines.
And nearly a shot clock violation on that last possession by MTA. And there's a 3 from MDY, which is no good. So MTA showing some fight here in the second half, but to no avail on that last possession. Here's Levy. Smart pass inside to Shalmi. Looks like he got fouled, but Levy turning garbage into gold, finishing on the putback there.
Now, as we talked about towards the end of the ULA Kohelet game, even though it's a blowout, it's still interesting to watch, see these players who normally don't get minutes having a chance to shine, having a chance to show what they're about, maybe earn some minutes later on in this tournament. On a personal side, back in high school, as good as I think I wasn't getting so many minutes throughout my junior year. When the starter went down in the playoffs, I was called up to start, and I started some big playoff games for TABC, and ended up making the championship. So just, besides the fact that I'm trying to hype myself up here, these are important minutes for some of these players.
We never mind some self-promotion, and deservedly so. Avery Stepner, basketball legend, more so in the intramural realm now, but
yeah, my intramurals team coming off a couple tough losses, but we're on the come up. We're one of the top teams in the league. Shout out Ellie Sudworth, one of the best players in our NYU intramurals.
And here's MTA storming back. Ooh, some sharp crossovers there. A lot of flashy dribbling from Mikey Elshayev. And the layup is blocked by Shiloach, who was not having any of that razzle-dazzle from MTA. And MDY puts the ball in the hoop. Jimmy Movazeb takes it to the rack and gets his first points of this contest.
Now, Kiva, I think one player that Coach Sullivan is going to be happy about right now is guard Jakob Greenbaum.
And here's MDY, one last opportunity. A prayer is no good. So we are going to send it to the break, but we will be back with the fourth quarter after these messages. And we are back with some fourth quarter action, but before we see that, we have something I believe to be a first, an interview in the locker room. We have Matt Lorenz standing by with Nochi Book. Matt, take it away.
All right, so I'm sitting here with MTA forward Nochi Book. Nochi, first off, I hope you're feeling okay.
A little better.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's not your senior year, so it's a year to you'll have next year. First off, this game's not the closest game, to put it lightly. But what do you think makes MDY such a special team?
I think that the way they pass and the way they just move the team is so fluid and it works so well. So press is amazing, and watching here, I think maybe a little lucky, but if I was in, definitely so.
Yeah, for sure, man. And what do you think that you would want to see your boys at MTA do throughout the rest of the weekend, so they could maybe have some success in Tier 2?
I mean, first of all, I don't know why we're talking about the rest of the weekend. We still got the fourth quarter, but also just get some good guys in there. Ezra Shmuel, he would probably take my spot at power forward. Benjamin Schoenfeld also, both great guys, amazing, and just play our hardest.
All right, thank you so much, Nofi. I hope you feel better, and best of luck to the MTA throughout the rest of the weekend. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you, Nochi. Again, not sure I've ever seen that. This just shows you the extent of MacsLive's capabilities with that locker room interview. I like that. And Nochi Book said something very interesting. He said, "Why are you saying it's over? There's still a whole lot of fourth quarter left." I think technically he is correct. But if you're being realistic here, this one looks to be out of reach. But you never know.
Yeah, Akiva, you know, we've seen crazy things happen before. I mean, if my math is correct, I think it would take about 14 three-pointers in a row, some stops. I mean, it's doable, but it's gonna take a lot of luck.
And there's a 3. That one would have been the start of the 14. And I believe that's the NBA record for three-pointers in a game. Maybe Klay Thompson. Am I right about that, or am I totally off base? I mean, he had the 60-point third quarter. No. Just you help me out here. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so as a basketball savant, not saying you are, but I think Klay Thompson does have the record, 14 threes. He also had that legendary second quarter of 37 points, I believe it was.
Okay, there it is.
What's interesting, fun fact about that game is my father, Yeshiva University legend Saul Stepner, he was at that game. So I guess he inspired Klay Thompson to try to be as good as him in basketball. And Klay put together quite the performance that night. We'll see if MTA can replicate it.
That is a very interesting fact, and I'm happy I brought it up. As Shiluach goes for the 2, and the score is 58-18. Magen David, as Yissi Kirshner is swarmed near the sideline, but it's going to stay MTA basketball. Kirshner with a wild chuck that is tipped by Franco. Franco doing his best impression of a cornerback in the NFL with that one. And MDY is at 60.
Yeah, and you mentioned Yissi Kirshner. Really, again, Coach Sullivan really raved about him and how good of a shooter he is. I want to see MTA try to get him involved, just to see he puts up a 3 there, and almost goes in. But Yissi Kirshner, a tremendous three-pointer, sort of the likes of Austin Reeves, if you will, one of my favorite NBA players. I want to see him get involved here down the stretch in the last 5 minutes.
Sarachek gets it over to his three-point shooter, and we've got a wedgie on our hands. Is that what it's called?
It is called a wedgie. It is called a wedgie.
Thank you. I'm glad I have you up in the booth because I'm getting a little rusty on my general basketball knowledge, but the first wedgie we have of the game and likely of the tournament.
Now, one of my favorite all-time calls by an announcer comes from CBS announcer Ian Eagle, where a wedgie happened in the March Madness tournament, and he was going nuts about it. If you want to know what I'm talking about, just search it up on YouTube. Ian Eagle saying, "We've got a wedgie."
Well, I think I should have done that myself.
I was quite disappointed in you, Akiva, but we'll keep it going.
It would have been a legendary call. Missed opportunity. And some of the benches are starting to clear. Evyatar alone, a fellow Philly native like myself, is in the ball game. And he inbounds it. And a quick three-point shot is no good from Binyamin Schoenfeld, the forward, and Schoenfeld gets that rebound. Sarachek, I believe the only starter in this game. A nice pass inside. Schoenfeld with the soft touch off the back rim, and MTA gets to 20.
And the MTA crowd, couldn't see them still going strong. Getting the chant going.
A three ball is no good by MDY, and that's one of the advantages of being the home team. You're always going to have a presence. You're always going to get support from your fan base, and there is a foul. Number 5 on MDY going to the line. That's Jacob Zaytouni.
Yeah, it was a good steal right there. Good quick hands by Zaytouni. As you see, at the side, there's a clear foul. Got the bump from Aaron Gotel. And stay tuned. He's going to go to the line and try to make it a deuce. Now, Kiva, we've had some tremendous basketball today, some amazing games. But something I'm looking forward to later. We got the Bet the Fila versus Valley Torah game going on next. Don't go anywhere. Valley Torah, the winners of the last 2 tournaments, obviously had the legendary Johnny Dan, and just an incredible team. It's going to be exciting to see. Without Dan, can they replicate that success? Can they come in and win this tournament again?
Yeah, Valley Torah, always a team to look out for in Tier 1 contention. They always bring a nice crowd as well, all the way from LA. You've got to respect that commitment, as MTA chucks up the 3, but a beautiful block. Great timing there by Zaytouni. Ooh, a nifty behind the back move by Elshayev, but Abed going the other way. Unselfish pass to Zaytouni, and Abed is known as a facilitator, a guy who can really share the ball with his teammates, making the unselfish pass there. Barron gets it over to Jakub Greenbaum, and a dangerous pass. Elshayev, mid-range is wet from Aryeh Greenbaum, the 5'9" guard.
Now the MTA crowd still going strong. I think they've been re-energized by the handles that of Mikey Elishop. Just an incredible ball handler. You know, putting together quite the highlights for his highlight reel. An exciting player to watch here down the stretch.
And MTA crowd chanting, "I believe that we will win." Perhaps a little delusion from them, but we love that they never give up hope. Ein Shum Yesh, as Daniel Barron, the star player for MTA, with the Trey Young type pass with the left hand. Barron, 3, just a little short, but the follow-up by number 11, Aryeh Greenbaum, and he is flexing his muscles after that one. He's pumped up.
Aryeh Greenbaum making the most of his opportunities here with under 2 minutes to go, getting himself his second bucket of the game. Now, Kiva, I know things haven't worked out so much for MTA today, but still important to recognize if you're MTA that you still got Tier 2 to play for, you still got Tier 3 to play for. There's still a lot to look forward to. Now, maybe not the performance you've hoped, but I think you got to have a short memory, you know, clean up the hard drive and be ready to go tomorrow for whoever they face.
It's Elliot Chalmé with that last bucket. It was a smooth mid-range shot, but MTA doing a terrific job facilitating the ball again, and Aryeh Greenbaum with the Michael Jordan shrug after that open layup. We love the confidence from Greenbaum. As Shiloach lets a 3 fly, no good, way off. Greenbaum again, cannot get the ball. That was a dangerous pass in the fast break, but it's really encouraging to see MTA not letting their heads down, really in good spirits at the end of this game. They know that they're playing the toughest team in the tournament, at least in terms of ranking, and they're not getting down on themselves so easily. They know, like you said, they have Tier 2 to look forward to in the coming days.
And Akiva, I think that Aryeh Greenbaum, pardon me, layup was facilitated by potentially relative, brother, cousin, I'm not exactly sure, if you'll excuse me, but by Jakob Greenbaum. So, little family connection there.
And the final buzzer sounds. The final score of this game is Magan David, Yeshiva Warriors 69, MTA 26. And we are going to send it to commercial, but right after we'll be back with Matt Loren and the stars of the game. Don't go anywhere.
We've come a long way, haven't we? Chalk it up to maturity over time. Because this time, we will not be silent. This time, we will stand strong and proud. This time, we will hold our ground. This time, they'll never stop me from being me. Clipped, show who you are.
And welcome back to the Yachad Postgame Show. We're going to have an interview. Here is our sideline reporter, Matt Loren, alongside Moses Smecki.
Here with player of the game, Moses Smecki. Moses, first off, congrats on the win. What does it mean for you to get a win in Sarachek after winning the championship? Like, what does it mean to you guys? How can you guys build off of this momentum?
Yeah, so we know Sarachek's a really big tournament, and we just finished the season a week ago. We had a little bit of a vacation, you could call it, but that's it. Now we're back. We're grinding. We want to win another chip, Sarachek championship. That's what we want.
What did Spike say to you guys before the game?
Coach told us, don't come out slow just because you won. You think it's all over. This is just the beginning. This is the beginning to the next tournament. So we gotta lock in.
Very good message. I mean, you guys certainly did not look like you missed a single beat at all today. Want to wish you best of luck in the tournament, and congrats on the win again. Thank you. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you for the great Matt Loren. Thank you all for watching as Magan David comes away with a large victory. Just a reminder, we got Bet the Field versus Valley Tour coming up next. The link is in the description. Stay tuned, and have a great night.